Oh, hello there, Site-42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation. Welcome to another anomalous broadcast from Site-42, this time a Dr. Sherman's office hours. I am the aforementioned Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director of Site-42, and I hope you guys are ready for a rip-roaring time Q&Aing about the staff, anomalies, groups of interest, and other interesting events in the SCP Foundation canon universes. Many of which they are, often contradicting. It's a lot to keep track of. Let's see here. Crystal Workman, Edward Juntinin, Vox the TV Demon, Junior Researcher Alex, Drowsy in Daily Life. Thank you for being in the chat, as well as being members right out of the gate today. Master of Call of Duty, Gabriel, and James Plays. Good to see you guys in the chat, just for being you. We are here for a standard 3-hour office hours. I have got the chats pulled up. I have got the database today, so I am able to cleanly answer super chats as they come in and look up SCP articles with lightning fast terminal speeds, much better than when I'm out on stakeout. So, how are you all doing today? Onyx, is that lizard finally dead? If it is, I'm going to be so happy. Now, right now, it looks rather dead. If you've seen the thumbnail, I believe that that is a iteration of SCP-682 that has been turned into some kind of roadkill. Perhaps, I'm not sure if it's a potato or a bread, but 682 has been certainly transmuted into something, and that something doesn't look very healthy. However, I would not be shocked if 682 quickly found its way back. It always does. It sure looks moldy. That's what I thought. Agent Epsilon, yes, you are on time. We just started 3 minutes ago, so you are in the early camp today. Congratulations on your efficiency and punctuality. Dr. Sherman, could SCP-1981 just be an incredibly well-edited video? I can't imagine that that's the case, if only because 1981 changes every time you watch it. Every time you replay the tape, Ronald Reagan, cut up while talking, delivers a different version of the speech, and the wounds inflicted differ. So unless someone is particularly crafty in swapping out the tape with other editions each time, it doesn't seem likely. I haven't been here for the last 2 streams. What were the 2 Pride homeworks I missed? All right, Junior Researcher HLG, I can tell you today, but you're gonna have to be careful, because I am not writing these down. I do not have a list. I am pulling these all out of the ether at random. Therefore, it's gonna be pretty quick that I will not be able to remember which ones I even recommended. I hope someone's taking notes, because I am going off the seat of my pants here. So, 2 days ago was SCP-7454, which is Isaac, formerly Aphrodite, the goddess of love. And yesterday's homework was SCP-3915, titled Gay Trash Man. That's what it's called. I'm just reporting the anomalies to you. That's what they are. So, we will talk about today's later on. What happens if God looks at SCP-096? Well, intern Lickleam, the situation is that omniscient beings like 096, or omniscient beings, don't seem to activate 096. I'm not sure why, because they are in fact seeing its face, but for some reason 096 doesn't seem to classify that. Otherwise, it would be chasing them all down all the time. EC Studios, I do not know this Dr. Bob individual. I've heard tell of their YouTube channel, and I'm not very much into their work output, so I'm not a viewer. No hate, they seem to be one of the better animation channels compared to those like The Rubber and Detective Void, who aren't very good. But I'm just not familiar with Dr. Bob's work very much. Dr. Sherman, what is that SCP you always warn us about? What is it about? Which SCP do you mean? What SCP did I warn you about? I'm gonna wait to see if I can get a further elaboration on that Ethics Committee query, but while I do, Jonathan, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a potato pancake on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, can you explain SCP-001, World Gone Beautiful, in one word? To describe that SCP-001 in one word, I think I would use the word I think I would simply use the word beautiful, honestly. I can't think of a more succinct descriptor than that, right? The entire world turns, all the fields are covered in beautiful flowers, everyone's body temperature is perfectly okay to sit outside for a long period of time, and everyone just vibes as the world ends. So yes, I think beautiful is the only singular word that can be used for that. What class would a chicken jockey be? Intern Pitch, you've got me intrigued. No one has asked me this one yet. And I am unfamiliar with the abilities of said chicken jockey. So I could take a quick look and see what it does. A baby zombie riding a chicken, a rare mob combo, blah, 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 blah. But what does it do? What does it do is what I want to know. What are the abilities of a chicken jockey? All right, chicken jockeys fall slowly and do not take fall damage. The chicken can run through 1 block high gaps. The baby zombie suffocates unless the above block is transparent. The baby zombie can pick up equip items. The chicken, unless spawned by commands, does not lay eggs. Chicken jockeys despawn like zombies. The chicken becomes passive again if the rider is killed, but does not lay eggs and may respawn. Oh, Intern Lobavam, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. So I don't see the behavior here. I'm going to look up a quick video. Because honestly, of the things to contain, this doesn't seem that difficult to me. Now, I don't want... Although in the movie, it seems like it was a big deal. So maybe I should just watch the clip from the film. Where's it at? All right, so it is. Oh, that's incredibly strong. Okay. And it seems at least, all right, I believe this would be a, oh. That is scarier than I thought it would be. But it seems to me, okay, this is an easy Euclid class anomaly, because although it's strong, a proper containment cell could hold it. and it's not exactly clever enough to do any escape tactics that would lead to a Keter rating. So, as long as it's alive and moving around of its own free will, it becomes a Euclid by default, and I think that's where the chicken jockey is going to stay. SCP-420-J, good to see you in the chat. We are at 11 minutes into stream. We're just getting started. That means it's 2 hours and 50 minutes left. We are just getting rolling. Dr. Sherman, I would like to request permission to use a shrinking right and duplication right to put SCP-914 in SCP-914 on very fine. Yo, dog, I heard you like SCP-914, so I put a SCP-914 into your SCP-914, so you can be very fine while you're being very fine. It turned into a anomalous pickup line at the end there. Sorry about that. Request denied. Too unpredictable. Oh, dihydrogen monoxide. Thank you for your first donation of today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a bratwurst on your way past the commissary. Extremely angry at the state of the world right now. How to get some SCP-420-J. I could really use some right now. I understand your feelings on the subject, and let's just say there may be a meeting at the staff break room after shift, if you catch my meaning. Amber, good to see you in the chat. Thank you for being a member as well. None of them know what Pimp My Ride is, Sherm. Not a one. Desk, why do you hurt me with your words? Why? I can feel myself Matt Damoning in real time. Would Slender Man be able to trigger SCP-0962 due to Slender Man's lack of facial features? I imagine that Slender Man would not activate 096 for that same reason. Very similar to why the IKEA employees of SCP-3008 do not activate 096. Kyler. Intern Kyler asks, do you know all the O5s? Mon ami, not only do I not know all the O5s, but there are a lot of people who don't even know how many O5s there are. The Overseers are a highly classified group. Knowing how many of them are is already a problem, because then you know how many you have to take out, let alone who each individual member is. And then we go into what canons they're in and what universes they're in, because there's different Overseers in different universes. It's a long run, but if you have the classification level for it, you can maybe go to the SkipNet database and look up the O5 command dossier. I, of course, have classification clearance to see the O5 dossier, but if you don't have classification to see the O5 dossier, then you don't need to know. Jonathan, thank you for donating again. Dr. Sherman, I just found a Sears, Carter's, and Popeyes, all connected to one building. Would that be an SCP site? I mean, that is our standard naming tactic for front companies, but usually not 3 separate front companies to make it happen. So I'm going to guess that's a no. It's just an interesting coincidence. Or maybe it is. Who's to say? Is there anything that hasn't been done to 682 yet that you personally think could actually end it, but won't test it because of other consequences? Well, Intern Raven, the big one here is going to be the nuclear weapons. We do not want to give it the ability to adapt to nuclear weapons because it hasn't encountered those yet. And it's kind of a last-ditch effort that we're keeping in our pocket. So right now, that's what we haven't tried. But I mean, one day, it might be the time. Why can't you just glue a stainless steel box on top of 096's face, Dr. Sherman? Well, Intern Hemet, the reason we cannot do that is because it would be unable to eat at that point. And if it's unable to eat and it's unable to survive, we can't study it anymore. So we have to be able to take the box off / bag. And that's why we do the bags. Dr. Sherman, have you considered becoming a fifthist? Join the fifth horde, Dr. Sherman. Become one of us. I am not falling for your weird health guru BS. Fifthism is a quack religion right up there with Scientology. You think you're going in for some self-help, and all of a sudden they're wiring you up to flesh beings and e-meters. All of it can go right out the door. What is the biggest SCP? Intern Archie, that is a great question. Now, to my mind, the likely candidate is going to be SCP-5909, because SCP-5909 is a crustacean measuring an estimated 2.1 light years. It is a huge shrimp. Zerdrin, exactly. We're talking about the space shrimp. See, Edward, I would think it would be one of the infinite anomalies, obviously. But here's the thing. For both SCP-3000, an infinite fish, and for SCP-5320, another infinite fish, somehow their infinitude does not cause them to cover the land masses of Earth, to make Earth uninhabitable because they're infinite. So something is going on where they are either not infinite, or maybe there's some dimensionality. So let's just say, taking out of the running infinite, because you can't even measure that for biggest, I would say that 5909 is probably the largest non-infinite anomaly. Alki, 5320 is not a loop. I know you're doing this just to frustrate me, and it's only working a little. Intern German Girl, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. How is SCP-682 dead? I'm not sure, but if you've seen the thumbnail of this stream, you will see that somehow SCP-682 has been transmuted into a piece of refuse on the roadway. It is some sort of bread roll or potato. I'm not sure. I didn't touch it. It looked gross. It looked moldy. But me oh my, did 682 not look in very good shape. That being said, I question if it's actually dead and or if it's going to come back soon, because that's the most likely thing to happen. Can I eat it? Intern Elswick, if you eat that and it does regrow, it will rupture your stomach. And so I would consider that to be a bad idea. Therefore, I would deny said request. Administrator, thank you for being a member. If you wish to join the Site-42 Discord server, all you have to do is A, be of age to join the server. We follow the same rules as the SCP Wiki on that front. And B, you have to go into one of our long-form video descriptions to get the link. That is the Easter egg hunt you must fulfill, but do not break the rules. And remember, I very rarely visit the server these days. I'm very busy. I am the Site-42 Discord server's absent father. I have went for milk and cigarettes, and I have yet to return. Life just do be that way sometimes. Dr. Sherman, what is SCP-8980? This was the SCP I was on about earlier. What is the context warning? Is it as bad as the braids of the Scarlet King? So, the situation with 8980, the reason I warn you all about that one is because it is very, very rough to read. It is an emotionally draining SCP because it deals with very intense workplace abuse and gaslighting. It is very long, and all of it hurts. I remember the first time I was reading it, I couldn't look away. It was like a car crash. And I kept waiting for something that might save the day, and it doesn't. It's nasty. All of my homies hate Dr. Christopher Burns. Christopher Burns deserves it. Dr. Sherman, can you tell me, have you seen an SCP that is like a spider? I have seen several anomalies and SCPs that are like spiders. They're a very common anomaly type. Now, of course, here on YouTube, you have seen the unofficial anomaly deemed the floating hand spider. That is simply a fun little video we reacted to here. It's not an official SCP, but not everything has to be official to have a good time. You know what I mean? That being said, a very disturbing anomaly that we could be speaking of in the spider realm, I believe, is SCP-3023. Yes, I was correct. Which is codename, and then it decided to become an angry spider. SCP-3023 is an area around, I believe it's Kassel, Germany. Yes, there's a region just southwest of Berlin where random items turn into spiders. And by random items, I mean a baseball ripped apart at the seams to produce 8 pointed legs, and this happened mid-pitch and impacted upon the catcher's mitt, at which point the baseball spider attacked and killed the catcher, and then it took 84 minutes before civilians were able to destroy it. A metal folding chair turned into a spider and attacked people. A capsule of ibuprofen turned into a vicious spider halfway down someone's throat. I freaking hate that. And finally, the two big ones here, the two big guns, a Mercedes-Benz GLS 550 SUV turned into a spider on the interstate. It did not go very well. And finally, oh yeah, we had to bring in an airstrike to get rid of that one. And finally, a human corpse turned into a spider. There was an examination where a dead body was found on the side of the road, and this human corpse, the skeletal system was radically reorganized and it turned into a dead body skeleton. This place, I am never going to Castle, Germany. All of my homies hate Castle, Germany. SCP-3023 is my nightmare. Sheeny, good to see you in the chat. Thank you for being a member. Sorry you've had an absolutely atrocious day. But you are here at the 30-minute mark of a 3-hour stream, so you got some chill time on hand to decompress. We were just talking about horrifying spiders. Isn't that great? So yes, we have plenty other spider anomalies, but I think I've had enough with that one. If you want to go into the tag for arachnid on the wiki, you can see the 62 total anomalies tagged as arachnid. Ugh. Spongy, welcome to Site 42 staff as an intern. Thank you for subscribing. Dihydrogen monoxide, thank you for donating again. If a car can turn into a spider, then what happens to the person inside? You know what? I don't even want to know. Well, as long as I've got the document pulled up, the vehicle's occupants are believed to have died during the transformation. So, essentially what happened is the car did a transformer while a person was in it. And that's not good for the people. Dr. Sherman, why do most of the containment guards use guns if most SCPs are immune? Wouldn't sleeping darts be more effective? The fact that they are immune to the firearms in that way does not mean that they don't take damage from it. And most of the time it is quicker to injure them to the point of shock, at which point we can patch them up and put them back in their cell, than to wait for tranquilizers to kick in, especially because we do not know how much we're going to need to tranquilize that entity. Guns are also very useful against outside invaders, points out Desk, as well as D-class that get a little too ornery. Dr. Sherman, do you have the clearance to adjust the budget so I can get paid for my contribution? Scientists say there's not enough, but at least I'm now allowed to contribute to the research. We're still working with some budgetary issues thanks to the overseer slashing the budget, but thankfully, we were able to woo a new researcher over from Site 64, and they brought their research to us, which means we get the grants for the budget for their research. So at least we're only down one budget cut and not multiple. But I'm still working out some figures. The certain back channels for Anomalous fundraising are in the works. Give me some time. Silent Follower, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a cup of hot cocoa on your way past the commissary. Any tips for dealing with being harshly scolded over someone else contradicting rules when you are following said rules that are supposed to be followed? Oof. Injustice in the world is always a problem, and especially certain researchers who can... Hold on, I saw something funny I want to save in the chat for later, it's all. No. There we go. So as I was saying, especially when it comes to working with direct supervisors, whether it's in work or in family scenarios, the first thing you've got to do is you've got to take your own reaction into code, because yes, the world may be unfair, but all we can do is control how we react to it. And the first way is to steel your nerves, find your center. Meditation helps. The second thing you've got to do is plan for the future. How can you prove because you might not be able to prove you were right in this scenario. If you can prove you were right, I always do love a little comeuppance. So if you have evidence to fix the issue that happened there, I love that for you. But even if you have to walk away from this battle the loser, you want to make sure that you are able to set up a scenario that allows you to catch the opposing party in the act the next time this sort of thing happens. You don't want to be left unguarded around untrustworthy folk who would let you take the fall for them. So make sure you are setting yourself up and treating these people with the amount of respect, whether that be a lot or not very much, that they deserve. And of course, make sure that you yourself are acting as a model researcher in the future. That way, your trustworthiness cannot be impeached, and therefore it is more likely that you will be believed in the future. It's a rough scenario, and you've got to do your best in bad circumstances. All of us have problems like these from time to time, and they never get easier. Wait, we deal with research grants? Good Lord, specifically bread Jesus. Very funny, Edward. So, we deal with research grants in that we are funded by private funders through the overseer's allotments. And that means that we need to justify our finances, and we get paid more per anomaly we are containing at the site. So, neutralizing an anomaly is not good because we lose research from not being able to study it. We also lose funding for every project we are not doing. Louis Licona, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a order of fries on your way past the commissary. Steven Universe gems is SCPs. How do we contain it? So most of the gems are pretty easily contained in a humanoid containment cell. Some of them can be pretty strong, and we'd have to have specialized containments for those ones. And so really, it's such a vast question you're asking there. Different gems require different containment procedures. They have different tools that they use. Sans the Skeleton, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a hot cat on your way past the commissary. Nothing, I'm not even sure if the thing exists. I don't know what that's in referral to. Agent Epsilon, Dr. Sherman, I have a strong urge to burn things down. Yes, we all feel like that from time to time, but destruction will not lead to your success unless it is a very, very targeted destruction. You've got to aim your targets right. But remember, we do not destroy anomalies here at the Foundation because then we can't study them. So, do not destroy anomalies. That is always against protocol. The Canadian Overlord, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Go get yourself an frozen maple pop on your way past the commissary. SCP-682 versus Canadian Geese. Poor 682 won't even stand a chance. Poor guy gets torn to shreds. I do wonder how the Foundation would contain them. Anomalous geese. I believe we've got some. All right, so 2351 is the collective designation of 3 anomalous Canadian goose. (1675) seems to... Oh! 1675 is titled the Goose Terminator. And it is known to quote, "The only good goose is a dead goose. There will be no peace until all geese are dead. Geese are a blight that must be purged. A geese shall roast in the flames of righteous justice." And then a swan. It did not attack a swan, so it is clever enough to know that swans are not gooses. Interesting. It is a digitigrade bipedal automaton that is apparently capable of indefinite operation with no discernible power source or need for fuel. It stands 1 meter in height and appears to have been built for law enforcement or military application. It is equipped with high-strength manipulator arms, armor plating capable of withstanding small arms fire, and 2 shoulder-mounted machine guns fed from a hopper located on its back. And when it finds a goose, it will, single-mindedly, terminate that goose. Wow. The Goose Terminator. Okay. Cool beats. Intern. Who was that? The chat moved exactly when I went. Intern A Stove. The song is Tech Live from the album Purple Galaxy by Kevin MacLeod. I gotta keep my messages short, but pretty much that wandering village you told me to research, I haven't found anything on it. That's all I can say. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, continue your investigation and best of luck. Caracal, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a raspberry eclair on your way past the commissary. You and Volgan have told stories that have left distressed, but Hodgepodge has left me in tears. Love all of y'all. Well, Hodgepodge Audio, run by the wonderful Radiger, friend of the channel, is an incredible podcasting group, so their performers are top-notch. Pan Gaming, welcome to internship here at Site 42. Thank you for subscribing. P.S. Still testing if I'm not human. Gave pats to me and could still be myself. So you're definitely some sort of weird reality sync if you can interfere with me and not talk about me in the first person. That is a very difficult task that not many are capable of. No, we don't need epic music for that. No, it's not foreboding. It's not foreboding. Is it foreboding? No, it's fine. I think. Dr. Alpha, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a... cronut on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, I got the council on the line here, so speak carefully. What did you do to my SCP-420-J? I didn't do anything to your SCP-420-J. I confiscated contraband that should not have been in the dormitories without permission from said site director. Follow the guidelines and won't have this problem. Dihydrogen monoxide, thank you for donating again. I'm hearing rumors of a, quote, anomaly fraternization society being set up. Hashtag annoyed in asexual. If I discover that happening in any Foundation site, not just Site 42, heads will roll. And not just because I'm going to cut off their heads. I'm going to use an anomaly that removes the head, but keeps the subject alive. That way I can kick their heads around like a soccer ball while they are stuck being kicked in the face, alive for the entire thing. That is what will happen if I find out that's true. Hello, Dr. Sherman. Hope you're having a good day. It's payday for me, so I might donate later. Well, Raving Fox, thank you in advance of your potential donation. And even if not, if it doesn't happen, remember, as long as you're here in the chat, you are liking, watching, subscribed, then you are helping Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters, to boost Psi-42's profile so we can advertise future SCP projects from other teams as well as ourselves once we get big enough to make them ourselves. So, as long as you're doing the YouTube stuff, then you are a hero in the eyes of this site director. Direct donations are, of course, appreciated as well. Whatever you can do to help the team, remember, in every adventuring party, you've got multiple classes and they all have jobs to do. You have the bard, you have the warrior, you have the monk, you have the priest. You have all these different troops, so it's not just everyone has a job is what I'm saying. You get me. I know you get me. You're a clever team here at Site-42. What do you mean SCP-682 is dead on the road? Is it like a public road or what? Look at the thumbnail picture to confirm what I'm talking about. I found that walking around the campus yesterday. I was surprised as all get out. Now, I had a team go over to check on the scenario. They're doing some research. They will let me know what happens with it and if it's something we should worry about. How long are you live for? Intern Elswick, we have been live for 45 minutes so far, and that means we have 2 hours and 15 minutes left on this live. Why is 682 in public? Well, Intern Afton, 682 was obviously not supposed to be in public. But during a site-to-site transfer, 682 managed to breach containment of its container and run amok before something happened. We're not sure what, but something did that to it. And so we need to see if it comes back, or if we finally got the thing. That would be nice, although not very likely. You know how it is with 682. So then we'll have to figure out what caused this change and if we can harness it in some way to debilitate 682 a second time. Oh, come on, Terminal, catch up with me. There we go. Desk, regarding the Anomalous Fraternization Society. Nah, they are thinking about the Supernatural Copulation Project. SCP, you get it? That's pretty good. Wait, they need at least 2 out of the 6 Jesuses? What do you mean 6 Jeesi? I thought we only had 4. What are you telling me here? Once again, I'm here even though I was scrolling through anime shorts. How are you doing this? Well, it just so happens that sometimes we at the Foundation deal with isekai scenarios, and when that happens, that's very anime, and so the YouTube algorithm does tend to lump us in together in the same circles. I meant 5. Dr. Light. Oh, I forgot about Dr. Light. Wait, isn't that... Didn't we decide that that didn't quite qualify? I forget the scenario on that one. She's an author avatar just like Clef and the rest. Yes, she's a Jesus Messiah equivalent in several continuities. So from the Ouroboros cycle, she was supposed to be Jesus in an alternative universe and got crucified. The nails had a curse that made O5-1 make the deal with death to make the overseers immortal. Okay. Interesting. All right, well, guess what, guys? That means we have 5 Jesuses. 5 Gezi. How wonderful for us. Our Jesus quotient in containment has, well, I was going to say our Jesus quotient has gone up by 25%, but technically, Dr. Light is not in containment. Dr. Light is a researcher. Therefore, it's not technically a contained Jesus. We still have 4 Gezi in containment. The 5th one is roaming around doing work. Still waiting on Tomato Jesus so we can get Pizza Jesus going. Ooh. Okay. Which of y'all is writing Tomato Jesus? You've got my interest. I'm enjoying the grilled cheeses, but Pizza Jesus? The pizzas? I look forward to the pizzas. The cheese's crust. I will write Pineapple Jesus specifically to be a villain. Okay, Orion, but I like pineapple on pizza. So you're not going to harm me with that at all. I am in for a pineapple pizzas. Caracal, thank you for donating again. So I may be a reality sink. Oh, sweet. Going to test this against reality benders. Any recommendations? P.S. The Shark Punching Center are fun people, but mean is at time. Mean is at time? I don't understand that last little bit there. But yes, the SCPC are funny, but they're also real grumpy, which makes them funnier very often. Ah, mean at times. That is a pretty good interpretation, I believe, Sheeny. I hurt your Italian soul, Dr. Jones? Excuse me, my Nona said it's fine whatever you put on the pizza, okay? You're not going to out-fuss me here. My Nona told me exactly what you're supposed to do with the pizzas. It's supposed to be a giving thing for everybody. Ooh, making me crave some anchovies now. Hey, Dr. Sherman, what SCPs are you able to give hugs without getting hurt? That is so many. There's so many SCPs that are not dangerous at all. So, you never know. I mean, random SCP. Let's see. If I pull a random anomaly, will it kill you if you hug it? All right, 7134 looks dangerous. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da-da-da. 7134 is a mammalian species of leporine morphology with cervine traits, analogous to the jackalope of North American folklore. Aside from the chimeric nature of the species, specimens have exhibited unexplained abilities including intangibility, cognitohazardous compulsion, sentience, sapience, capability of speech for the utilization of language, low-end reality bending, probability alteration, or short-term clairvoyance, and preservation of a single identity through reincarnation or gestalt consciousness. Okay, but does it want to hurt you? Or can you hug it? Capable of human speech. Affinity to humor, especially what is morbid or sadistic in nature, will perform displays for the allurement of targets, distraction or irritation of opponents, or for generalized self-amusement. Exhibits behavior seen in other logomorphs, behavior largely similar. Okay, well, jackalopes are immensely huggable. The question is this one? I swear, some of y'all SCP authors are so wordy. The verbosity at hand. Jiminy sakes. How many collapsibles does one SCP document need? I just want to know if it kills people. I'm waiting for the terminal to stop sewing slow. Okay, it doesn't look like... All right, it looks like they were able to pick up the anomaly and put it in a carrier, and that means that you are able to hug it. Success. Also, wow, only a rating of 9. Is this a fairly new anomaly? No, it's 1,000 days old. Wowza. You don't normally see SCPs that hang out in the single-digit positives. But hey, it's not deletable, so there's that. Good on ya. Way to survive, 7134. All right, back to the chat. Mission accomplished. Go look up anomalies on the database and see if they're huggable. That's your research project now. Tratij, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a blueberry spritzer on your way past the commissary. Diane Foxington sent me for the inspection. Oh me, oh my. Let me go to the database. Confirm. Plop. Yep. Okay, it looks like the receiving party for Governor Foxington is at entry bay 7. So send them over that way and we'll get this over with. Feels, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a plate of chicken tenders on your way past the commissary. If the existence of Reploids was inevitable / out of the Foundation's control, would there be Reploid researchers? And which Mavericks would be anomalous? So when it comes to anomalous robotics, we have to watch where we draw our lines, because Anderson robotics, so to speak, we know those don't follow the actual rules of robotics, which is how we know they're anomalous. But the Reploids, I feel as if they are just an evolution of standard technology. What was it? that made the Reploids special. I mean, they were sapient. And the sapience aspect, that just depends on what level of AI we are at the time. If existence of Reploids was inevitable / out of the Foundation's control. So, as long as we consider them anomalous, we would be containing them as we can, very much how we treat Prometheus Labs and Anderson Robotics. But if it got out to the point where technology evolved to the point where the Reploids made sense in public, then we would just have to change with the times there. Dr. Sherman, on a scale of 1 to 10, how anomalous are you? Agent Epsilon, I am a 0 on the scale of 1 to 10 of anomalous. I am not anomalous at all. I am completely normal, perfectly average site director. Well, not perfectly average. I mean, I'm pretty clever and a silver fox to boot, but no, I am joking. I am not anomalous in any sense of the word. Me and my pen, both non-anomalous, just average site director business. That's all. That's nothing, no anomalies. Unless one is the highest amount of anomalous on your ranking, because then I'm like 1,000 on the non-anomalous scale. Then I'm so far past 10 into the millions of non-anomalosity. For sure. Questerus Maximus, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a hoagie on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, I have learned the Foundation knows the location of Autopapadopoulos. I request permission to join a research there to hopefully remember my past and how my ancient people lived. And Desk is informing me about Autopapadopoulos, pulling up that database, and in response to a quick blurb from Desk regarding the LA protest, President Trump, and current events. Well, I prefer to not focus on those during streams because these streams are about the SCP universe in general. I do want it known that my feelings on the state of American politics are pretty clear on my social media, and I do that because I want those who disagree with me to stay the F away from the people I care about. And so I think, in regarding that scenario, that our president is a jackass, and if we didn't have to have him there as a reality anchor to stop a giant demon from blowing up the Capitol, I would not willingly have that person as president. And at this point, as a Californian myself, screw everything that's going down there. Where was I? Autodopapapalupdubidubidis. The Demon Lancelot and the Flying City of Autopapapapadopoulos. Autopapadopoulos. There we go. Got it. Researcher Workman. I would like to request we make a poll so we can vote on what the best Jesus is. All right. I'll play your game. I'm interested on the preferred Geese of my chat. Let me, quite quickly, see how many options this lets me have. It only lets me go up to 4. Therefore, I cannot do... I'm going to skip Dr. Light since she is not in containment. So I'm only talking about contained Geese here. And I only get a short amount of characters, so I'm just going to go by names. Bread Jesus. Uber driver Jesus. Vor Jesus. And Jesus. Someone asked, can I allow for multiple answers? And the answer is no. The poll on YouTube is not that robust. It only lets you pick one. And so I guess this is just the Jesus of the Day poll. Because me, I make exclamations to all the Jesuses equally. I am a-religious. I just like all the Jesus. I think they're neat. So, which SCP Jesus is the best SCP Jesus? Question mark. And poll. All right, I will check in on the Jesus poll later on in the stream. Time check, by the way. We are at the 1 hour mark of today's stream. We have 2 hours left. Dr. Sherman, you got a cool shirt today. Thank you, Junior Researcher Sally. Snorlax is the best Pokemon. Everyone knows this. All right, so what do you have going on here? Questorus Maximus, you want to go research this anomaly. So, ancient abandoned city, above an empty region in the Russian Arctic. Architecture of the city suggests that while the city appears to predate any known civilization, it was constructed using advanced techniques and materials, including several components such as gas lamps, that would not be seen elsewhere in the world for hundreds, if not thousands, of years. Long dead language, blah, 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 blah. Crazy symbols, there's a temple. Are we still researching this anomaly? We're interviewing, yes. Okay. I do declare that yes, it seems like there's plenty of research yet to be done on 4840. So, yes, although we hate to lose you here at Site 42 on site, if you want to take a little pilgrimage, so to speak, to research that, then I think I can let that happen. Sheeny, thank you for your first donation of the day, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself, you had a pretty rough day, so go grab yourself a pint on the way past the commissary. No questions, no scenarios, it's a sincere thank you for making a shitty day a little better. Hey, we're doing our best out here, man. And sometimes we win and sometimes we lose. But if we work together, the foundation succeeds, right? Site 42, don't stop, won't stop. That's not me, that's you guys. The reason this channel is called Site 42 is because this is not the Dr. Theron Sherman show. I may be the site director, but you guys are the Site 42 staff. We are a team. This is not about one guy. This is about the movement. Administrator, thank you for your first donation of today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself some beer cheese soup on your way past the commissary. Doctor, I'd love to hear your opinion on SCP-3125. Passcode is 55555. How do you feel towards interactive documents like this? Okay, let me go to 3125 real quick. First off, boom. Let me enter the passcode. Beep, 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 boop. Oh, is this because my dark mode is conflicting with it? Come on. Where's my browser elements to change that? The text is so weird and dark. Yes, I'm familiar with 3125 as a counter-memetic entity. This is very lucky that we are protected in this stream by Desk's work. Meanwhile, Desk in the chat, Bread Jesus could become Beer Jesus. Only if it wants it hard enough. So here's the deal. First of all, interactive articles in general, the use of the website for part of the fiction meta stuff, I love that all the time. I like playing with the format, and I like using little ARG elements here and there. I look forward to the person who is ballsy enough to do a full-on ARG SCP article. The only thing I don't like about it is that it would have to be something you do in the moment, and then afterwards, people would have to like see a record of it, but they couldn't participate. And that's the only thing that's a shame. But that being said, I have not read this article itself because I know it is a late entry into the series There Is No Anti-Memetics Division by Quantum. And I really need to read that darn book because I got the copy of Quantum's book of Anti-Memetics Division story before it went out of print for the second edition that's coming up. So I will need to get more. I will have to finally read that series. That way I am caught up on the lore. Silent Follower, thank you for donating again. It's raining where I am. I find solace when the sky cries, don't you? Oh, so you might be then saying that it's raining somewhere else? At least that's what I'm saying. Meanwhile, yes, rainy days can be quite nice. With a warm cup of coffee and something. Intern Scarlet Fox, why you sound like Matt Pat when you said lore? It's because he and I both have theater kid disease. We are not brothers genetically, but we are brothers in spirit and annoying people at 4 a.m. at the Denny's after the show. (729-J-SCP). Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. I see that the hot chippening is starting to lose its effects. God, I don't want to eat another one of those, but I did like not heaving every time I saw that number. That thing is terrible. Make sure to grab yourself an apple with a razor blade in it at the commissary, please. 729-J is the best SCP. You. Caracal, thank you for donating again. Looking at the Creator Springs, y'all have my size. Oh, you're checking out the Site 42 shop. Yes, we have a Site 42 merch store with some designs that we got from community artists. And then we have the newer scpstore.org, which is a community shop run by James from Forlorn Foundry. And so there's the team up shop, and then there's a couple old designs that I keep up in case people still want them. So yes, if you enjoy those, then thank you for supporting and getting some sweet Site 42 merch. Anyway, I'm getting a tour of a Wondertainment toy shop. Pretty nice people. Do you want me to get you something from the gift shop? Can you get something from the product line? Can you pull a little woof under the coat from one of their workbenches? I'd be very interested in studying some of their technology. Sheeny, thank you for donating again. Still love Eevee because it can be whatever it wants to be, but Snorlax is still top tier. Yeah, Eevee's good and flexible. It's not a terrible choice. I'm one of those people who doesn't like making decisions in a game unless I can go back and check the other path. And so the fact that you can only evolve Eevee into one thing, I would need like all the Eevees. That way I could have all the types. Then I would be happy with them. Then you have a nice cuddly family of Eevee. Greetings, site personnel. We will now be commandeering this stream. Good day, sincerely, the Chaos Insurgency. I would like to see you CI bastards try. Best of luck. Also, congratulations, chat. You officially have more likes than viewers on this stream. 161 for the likes, 160 for the viewers. Congratulations, you did it in 71 minutes. Well done. Keep hitting that like button, though, because the higher that number gets, the more the YouTube algorithm drags people to Site 42 kicking and screaming, and we can make SCP fans out of them yet. And the more we have, the mightier we get, the more SCP films and games we get to publicize. Dr. Sherman, do you know what the tale Fistful of Frantic Movements is about? I have no idea what it is about when I read it. Intern Frogman, I am not aware of this tale, but I can try and take a quick look and see what I find. Obviously, it's a stream, so it's going to be more of a skim than a read. But we can take a quick peek and see what we find. A Fistful of Frantic Movements. Oh, we have a freeze on the terminal. Give me a second. There we go. All right, written by Min Min in October 2022. So this is an exploration of SCP-2747. That's the living fictional entity, right? SCP-2747. Yes. Creates fictional works that don't exist. And then it's linked here, right? No, that's data lost. Oh, it's written by the same author, though. So it's as canon an additional story as can be, I guess. So what I believe you're seeing is snippets of different stories that 2747 is part of in one way or another. I need to read more about 2747 because I need to catch up on that lore too. It is popular enough that it might be something I need to properly research to keep up with the Foundation staff's interest. Dr. Sherman, can we DoorDash McDonald's? Intern Fox, we can't have a McDonald's or a DoorDash worker on site. You can get the WickDonald's in the commissary like everyone else does. I know it's off-brand, but it's close enough. Obviously, we can get the secret recipes. $729-J. -SCP, thank you for donating again. I'm in your closet. Well, it's Pride Month. You can come out of there anytime you want to. It's okay. Even for you, you miserable thing, at least on that end, that's fine. Oh, I'm seeing Uber driver Jesus is the best in the chat. So, Duma, let us see exactly while the poll is going. Wow. I was not expecting Jesus to be the big winner, but Jesus does have a strong lead at 37% to second place Bread Jesus's 29%. Also, really, Vor Jesus is only at 13%? You guys, come on. You don't want to go to Jesus Land? You don't want to go visit that abandoned theme park? Pick up some merchandise? Oh, wait. I'm seeing we do love cheese in the chat, don't we? Y'all be going for the shredded cheese in the refrigerator at 3 a.m., ain't ya? That's the kind of staff members we have here. Oh no, they're probably still traumatized from when Tarleton Fox looked up Vor. That's a good point, Tarleton. Oof. Hi, Dr. Sherman. In regards to a discussion from a few streams ago, in regards to Greek gods and other mythic figures, aren't Dionysus, Typhon, and Pandora's box also in containment? Well, why don't we have a look-see? I believe I remember Pandora's box is contained. Now, we have a mobile task force codename Pandora's box, so there is that. But... Dun, 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 dun. No, we don't need epic music for this moment. So this is talking about the mobile task force. Bum, bum, bum. SCP-5055 is titled Pandora, and the first thing you see on the page is a box. So, yes, I do believe. Oh, we got multiple offsets. So, yes, I'm going to go ahead and say that that is, in fact, Pandora's box. Good work. We do have that in containment. It's SCP-5055. Typhon. I have not heard of Typhon being in containment before. You've got my interest. Desk. Desk, why? If SCP-6542 lifted weights, it'd be shredded cheeses. Ooh. You. All right, I'm seeing SCP-8024 is titled Typhon. So I'm going ahead and guess that that is in fact Typhon. Congratulations, you got a second one. And are you correct about Dionysus? Yes, 6810 is Dionysus the Olympian. I did not know that we had them in containment. So yes, you were right about all three. So now we have Isaac, formerly Aphrodite. We have Hera. We have... Who was the third one that I knew? Apollo. We have Apollo. And then Typhon and Dionysus. And we have Pandora's box. We are just lousy with Greek mythical figures in containment. Sheesh. Oh, Zagreus mention in the footnotes for 6810. That's funny. Hi, Zag. I haven't played Hades 2 yet. I've been waiting for it to do the full come out. I don't like doing early access for that. Although I kind of want to. I've been waiting so long. I just want to jump on it, I guess. Intern Richard, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a churro on your way past the commissary. Because what? Richard, because what? Intern Dagon, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a flapjack on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, V1 is not an SCP, but if it was, how would the Foundation contain V1? P.S. Would you call yourself an Ultra Kill fan? Unfortunately, I cannot call myself an Ultra Kill fan. I hear it's a very fun game, but I have never played it. Therefore, I don't know a whole lot about V1, but it is a cyborg, right? Superhuman physical characteristics, inorganic, acrobatics, precision and marksmanship. I mean, the idea here is an entity like this likely wouldn't be in containment very well unless we had a way to disable it and just leave it deactivated. But then we wouldn't be able to test it very well. What about other cyborg SCPs? Let me check some cybernetic SCPs to see if there's a likeness here. Cyborg. All right, so 191 is a cyborg child, so that's pretty easy to contain. Therefore, we don't need to worry too much about 191. Any other one? Humanoid entity, extra universal origin. Okay, Major Alexei Belitarov of the Red Army's 22nd Armored Infantry Division, otherwise known as SCP-2273. Human entity, extra universal origin, consists of two parts. Believed to be a non-anomalous human male that shares a symbiotic relationship with an anomalous organism, 2273-2. Completely covers 2273-1, leaving no skin exposed. Chitinous carapace that forms a secondary exterior skeleton. Compound lenses giving 2273-2 approximately a 270-degree field of vision. Wow. Earth tone coloration visually similar to military force pattern camouflage. Advanced musculature that integrates with 2273-1's musculature. Carry an estimated 1,200 kilograms in addition to its own weight. That's pretty good. Proboscis for procuring nutrients. Scar tissue in nature of tattoos corresponding to military patches and badges. Organic radio transceiver capable of transmitting both encrypted and unencrypted audio messages. So this is pretty big. Now let's see how we contain a super strong cyborg. 2273 is to be contained in an M-Shack, a medium standard humanoid anomaly containment cell with furniture that can accommodate 2273's weight and size. Additionally, the containment cell and adjacent observation interview room must act as a Faraday cage. Standard quality of life considerations apply. It requires 8,000 calories a day in order to remain healthy. Standard human rations in quantities large enough to facilitate this are acceptable. Okay, so this entity cooperates with us. Therefore, it's an easy containment. So that's not an aggressive cyborg that we need to lock down, unfortunately. I see Desk is handling some sort of drama in the chat. I hope everything's okay. I'm trying to get it in background right now. Desk seems to have it handled. Desk, let me know if there's anything that needs doing. Okay, cool. Continuing on. I got distracted, not by that. I got distracted by SCP-100-J, which I accidentally pulled up while looking for cyborgs. And it was codename A Steaming Pile of Shit. SCP-100-J, A Steaming Pile of Shit. Description: SCP-100-J appears to be a 42 centimeter by 32 centimeter mound of equine feces. And the SCP maintains a constant moistness as well as an inner temperature of 38.3 degrees Celsius. Whenever a new operative joins Site-19, there is a 75% chance that a new SCP will be spawned from SCP-100-J. There is a 50% chance of the new SCP being sentient. Non-sentient SCPs come in a variety of categories. Many are weapons, all of which bestow extraordinary abilities on the user. The majority of such weapons are swords, with a small minority being rather awkwardly modified firearms. Additional non-sentient SCPs tend to be items that either work better than they should, or work in direct opposition to the way they should. Sentient SCPs come in two main categories. The majority of humanoid SCPs appear as idealized versions of the new operative, physically attractive, with a multitude of abilities, and tend to make people feel comfortable with their presence. Non-humanoid SCPs are usually some form of enhanced normal creature, but with bizarre coloring. Addendum: list of SCPs created from 100-J. SCP-Redacted-D, Little Addie. SCP appeared to be Adolf Hitler at 6 years old. SCP was terminated without any alterations to the time stream. SCP-048-G, codenamed Joey. SCP was a dog with a human face, friendly except when taunted. SCP was put to sleep without any negative effects. SCP-083-D, Duke. SCP appeared to be a polite and well-mannered vampire. SCP was terminated by Agent Kondraki after near destruction of Site-19. That was a pretty funny affair. SCP-886-D, Vibrations. SCP appeared to be a skin-tight suit that interacted directly with the subject's nervous system, granting them incredible powers. SCP was burned with no adverse side effects. SCP-966-D, Reverse Air Purifier. SCP acted as an air purifier, but in reverse. SCP was smelted, and resulting scrap used to line the floor in 173's chamber. And it keeps going like this. In case you hadn't caught the trick yet, this is a joke about new SCP writers writing bad SCPs. So, you know, sometimes the SCP authors can get out of pocket. That's all we got there. So yes, long story short, way too late. To end your V1 question, Dagon, it would essentially turn into an Able situation. We'd have to keep killing and deactivating it, because if I remember correctly, it also respawns or is rebuilt or something like that. It would need to go down. That's the end of story. Intern Biko, SCPs are not real. We are a creative writing community, and it's all fake. We don't pretend to be real, because that's how you get the Slender Man stabbings. When kids think Slender Man is real and they decide to stab their friend about it. Not kosher. (729-J-SCP). Thank you for donating again. I built an army. We will be at Site 42 soon. I will end your entire existence. Don't make me do that. I'm not supposed to destroy anomalies. It's against protocol. Please do not make me make an exception. Caracal, thank you for donating again. Got a VHS copy of the first ever floppy copy of the first straight-to-DVD movie. Worker says it fills people with overwhelming nostalgia. I want a Capri Sun. Floppy copy of the first straight-to-DVD movie? What's a floppy copy? On a floppy disk? Do the youth know what floppy disks are? Or do they just call it the save icon? Do they know why they call it the save icon? Curiouser and curiouser. Well, an anomalous movie that fills people with nostalgia needs to be contained, but that should be easy to put into a box, so nothing to worry about there. And if you want a Capri Sun, go to the commissary. Sean, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a steak dinner with a loaded baked potato on your way past the commissary. Hello, Doc. I'm back with news about that anomaly. It has resumed growing, and we are moving it and the staff housing closer to site. We're going to need a train. We have plans to study if what the staff eats changes anything. Okay. I guess we got to requisition a train. Oh, that's going to be so expensive. All right. And documented. All right. Talk to your direct supervisor and they will start the process there. As a time check staff, we are at the 90-minute mark for stream. That means we are halfway through. 90-minute mark means 90 minutes left. Sorry about the earthquake. Hey, so I kinda sorta lost SCP-666. Intern Fitzgerald, that's not possible. Because it's a yurt. And we know where the yurt is. Pay attention to the documentation of the anomalies. Caracal, am I a ute? I'm 35. Well, you're a ute compared to me. Plus, we're all in the SCP Foundation fandom, so we're basically children mentally anyways. Compared to the boring people who don't go to Ren fairs and have a good time in life. What happens when the trees scream? I'm going on vacation. I'm going to be very happy. So, here at the halfway point of stream, since we have a nice long day, how about we cover the Pride anomaly of the day? So, did you successfully do your homework and read SCP-3915, titled Gay Trash Man? Let me pull it up on my database here. Raccoon Dog, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a cola on your way past the commissary. Checking the chat, see if anyone did the homework on 3915. Why would I read an article about myself? That's fair. There's homework. Intern James, have you not been paying attention? There's a Pride article of the day for the whole month of Pride Month. And you are supposed to be reading them and learning about the Foundation's anomalies, specifically the ones with queer themes to celebrate the holiday. So, 3915 729-J-SCP. Thank you for donating again. The only way to get rid of us is Cuddles. I would rather perish. So, 3915 is one of the more frustrating types of anomaly to contain because it is incorporeal. That means it can just walk through walls, just like Mallow. So if you can't touch it, how do you put it in a box? Apparently for us here, while we were containing it, we kept the island that it stayed at away from pedestrians. We made sure that people who were going to go to the island were not allowed. And that made it so we could protect the public from the knowledge of 3915. That being said, 3915 was a pretty chill dude. A little depressed, but, you know, when you live alone on an island picking up trash because you're the trash man, then yeah, you can be a little depressed. It's understandable. So, the good news is that it had an emotional breakthrough during its containment, and it actually became non-anomalous again. Bless it. We do save the resources from not having to contain another anomaly, but we don't get to study it anymore, so that aspect is a little depressing. How do they not walk through the earth or fall through the earth? That's what I wanted to know too. Exactly. See, you're thinking about the situation here. You can go through walls and be intangible. Well, okay. To be fair, this one did have selective incorporeality. It could become tangible whenever it wanted, and therefore it could eat food and smoke cigarettes that we gave it. But that would mean that if it was being incorporeal, it was still corporeal to the earth, which is weird. It's very selective. Still, a nice little fellow, and the story is an interesting look into heartbreak. Just having a rough time of it. But that said, I'm happy 3915 has found peace. I guess I can be happy for that. Now, your homework for today then. I'm going to need you guys to go read SCP-4453, which is titled Wholesome Family Goddess. And we're going back to the Greeks, baby, because this is Hera that we're talking about today, or that we're reading about today. I took a look through it before stream, and it's a good one. You'd go all the way down to a certain point before you see the LGBTQ themes, but it's a good story overall. It fits. So 4453, titled Wholesome Family Goddess, otherwise known as an entity claiming to be the goddess Hera. And it's another, we're containing a frickin' reality bender. It gets crazy over there. So enjoy how nuts that article gets. It's a pretty crazy one. Desk, thank you for posting that. I'm going to pin that now. And I'll be able to end the poll as well, meaning this is your last chance to vote for your Geese. Your last chance for Geese voting is ending soon. There we go. Bing. Bang. Boom. And closing out the poll for the day, the winner of the SCP Jesus fan poll is Jesus with a towering 37%. Second place is Bread Jesus with 33%. Uber Driver Jesus comes in third place in the fan poll for 19%. And Vor Jesus is at the bottom at 12 to 13%. And so that is your Jesus ranking of today. We'll see in the future if you guys have the same feelings. I'm sure there will be another Jesus poll and other viewers, and it will be a balancing act of who shows up what day. But the Jesus of today is Milk Jesus, SCP-6542, otherwise known as Jesus. Uber driver Jesus needs more respect. I mean, It's a pretty chill dude. I like it when the Geese are chill. Unlike Milk Jesus kind of had a little outburst. It got a little crazy in there. Gotcha Mystery. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some ramen on your way past the commissary. The guard stole my puppy chow again. Their bullets are marshmallows now. I'm getting mad at them stealing my snacks because they can. Stop them. We could have corrected the puppy chow thing, but instead, you performed an unauthorized use of reality-bending abilities in a Foundation site, which you know is against the rules. Therefore, you're going to have to go back to your cell, and you are going to have to stay there. You are grounded. Caracal, thank you for donating again. May I cuddle the 729-J? Leaving the VHS with Clef. All right, Clef will handle the VHS. Meanwhile, listen, if you want to cuddle that thing, go nuts. Sir, why do you hate 729-J? Can you explain them for me, please? Because it is the worst fucking thing on this planet. There's no other reason needed. It's all in the SCP-729-J documentation. SCP-729-J currently resides in Dr. Niles Hessen's office on her desk, where, pray to God, it will stay. Request testing at your own risk. It breaches containment at an alarming frequency, but even Mobile Task Force New 7, codename Hammer Down, refuses to go near the fucking thing, so it does whatever the hell it wants. We are all at its mercy. Dr. Hessen has been commanded to turn in 729-J to be properly contained as soon as someone can get up the courage to write her an email. Description: 729-J is supposed to be a toy, but I want to know who the sick fuck was that wanted to give this thing to children. The label says it's made of polyester fiber, but we all know it's made of the devil's couch stuffing or something. Its reign of terror began during a containment breach of SCP-106. 106 managed to trap Dr. Hessen in her office, and it successfully corroded a hole in the door. When it caught sight of that goddamn thing, SCP-106 stopped moving completely and began staring at SCP-729-J, showing no interest in Dr. Hessen. 106 then began moving backwards out of Hessen's office, never breaking visual contact with that eldritch horror until it reached the end of the hall and promptly rematerialized in its containment cell. It should be noticed that 106's middle fingers were raised for the entirety of the encounter with that thing. The old double deuce. SCP-106's reaction is frankly perfectly understandable, and several researchers who witnessed the event were found huddling with 106 in its containment cell. So, that's just the beginning of 729's article. We expose 729-J to a whole bunch of anomalies, and it was never a good thing. So, that is our situation. Go read the article if you want to see the rest, but I don't know why anyone would want to see more of that thing. The Living Scarecrow, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a cup of soju on your way past the commissary. Be careful, that pen could be a mimic. You never know. Oh, I know. I know. 729-J. Thank you for donating again. 729-J is God and loves cuddles. You're insane. SCP-729-J gave me nightmares, Doctor. I agree, 049, completely. I would like to make a series about the SCP. Where would a good place be to start? So, if you're going to make a series about SCP, it really depends on what facet of the Foundation you want to study. For instance, obviously the daily life at the Foundation employees, water cooler talk, office romances and goofs and gallops, kind of like, The Office, but SCP Foundation, is a very popular idea that no one has gotten off the ground yet, but it could be fun. Meanwhile, my dream show is about the agents in the field, circa something like Warehouse 13, but for the SCP universe. And of course, the other thing I would like to see is an anthology of SCPs in the field dealt with by civilians. You can get a lot of good horror episodes like that. Are you the starter of SCP? And who started SCP? No, I did not start SCP. The SCP Foundation as a community has been around since 2007, since the first SCP was written, SCP-173, by 4chan user Moto42. Good number on their name there. So, that is the person who wrote the first SCP. And everything spawned from there over the last nearly 20 years. Sheesh. What's your opinion on the wonderful super metal known as titanium? Listen here, Edward. We all know that 022-J is bullshit. We all know it. It has one pretty decent use case, and it is not containment chambers. Nope. Oh, I'm fine. Sheeny, thank you for donating again. If that thing needs cuddles, I got it. Unbothered. You and Dr. Hessen. I don't understand you all. I have titanium in my wrist. Well, Amber, that is a proper use case for SCP-022-J. There is no other... That's a perfectly fine use. It does its job well in that scenario. The problem is all the ways they don't use it right. Because idiots decide that obviously if something needs to be contained or, make an anchor out of it for some reason, they're going to use a super light metal that will be easily broken through. Idjit? Bobby Singer reference? Bobby! God arrest him. Specifically, Bread Jesus for that one. Gotcha Mystery, thank you for donating again. If I return their bullets, will you tell them off? I will speak to the head of that team, and I will see what the scenario is. But even if you return their bullets, they don't need the bullets. We have an armory. Although if you unclog their guns from the marshmallows, that would be very nice of you. And I might take that into consideration for coming up with your punishment. The Living Scarecrow, thank you for donating again. I just found an SCP whose name was just dots. What is it and is it capable? And what is it capable of? If you need a number, it was 2521. Also, thanks for the vids. Good day. Well, you're quite welcome for the videos. So, this anomaly, thankfully, we are currently protected from, thanks to Desk. 2521 is an entity that cannot be, spoken of, written about, or described because it comes and takes any description of itself. And that means that if you talk about it outside of the stream, it's going to come candlejack you. By the way, we're also protected from candlejack here. That is why the documentation for that anomaly is in Morse code, and it is drawn, not written. Okay, where was I? Edward. The term candlejack is from a television show called Freakazoid. Very, very funny show. SCP-729-J. Great, there's another one now. Great. Thank you for your first donation of the day, as well as being a member. I want you to grab yourself a Snickers bar with a razor blade in it at the commissary. Well, this is a swell gathering today, isn't it? It certainly was a little more swell a moment ago. That's for sure. Caracal, thank you for donating again. Out of character, any recommendations for help with writing? English is my only language, but I'm terrible at it. P.S. What was the other merch store? So the two merch stores are either Site42's Teespring store or scpstore.org. That is the communal creator store that we made. So that is your, that is the answer to that question. And then for writing tips, checking out the SCP writing tips from SCP Writers video on this channel is a great place to start. I got a whole bunch of them compiled there, so you can start there. The second thing is that you can go to the guides and essay section on the SCP Wiki. There's a whole bunch of essays and guides written by SCP authors. And so you can learn it straight from their mouths how to help yourself become a better SCP writer. And of course, that goes beyond basic writing classes and the kind of things you do to train yourself as a writer, which is reading a lot and practicing your writing a lot. Fur Freak, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a turkey leg on your way past the commissary. I got an eye of 682 here and notice looking at me. Also kind of see parts of a brain growing. I put it in my fursuit head. Where do I do next? Take it to its containment cell. If it is regrowing from what happened to it in the parking garage, then you need to get that to its acid bath before it fully reforms. Toss that in there. We'll buy you a new fursuit head. I want to know what a yurt is. Is it like a nickname of yogurt? I am here to educate you guys about the SCP Foundation. I am not here to educate you about basic words of English. A yurt is a type of tent. Sheeny, thank you for donating again. Listen, I'll take one for the team when it comes to that thing. Team player. Your funeral. Also, I see you with that Freakazoid reference. I love that show. Cosgrove was my favorite. Cosgrove is excellent. Cut that out. Good stuff. Man, I'm trying to darnish to finish watching Gurren Lagann. Spelling, obviously. Stop making me want to watch Freakazoid. You have to finish Gurren Lagann, Desk. You haven't given me your play-by-plays in a while. I've been wondering if you've been slacking on that. Caracal, take that, make sure you take those writing tips I sent you and have a good rest of your day. No, music doesn't need to be that extreme. Chill out. SCP-729-J again. Thank you for donating again. I was trying to watch... Oh, we all know I'm the original Doctor. My legion shall forever haunt you until the end of time. Evil maniacal lapping. Out of character, hope you're doing good. Out of character, hope you're doing well. In character, I think I'm developing a migraine. This is wonderful. Amber, thank you for what I think is your first donation to today's stream. So go ahead and grab yourself some donuts on your way past the commissary. I was trying to watch the last Doctor Who this season, but was blocked for several minutes from, I'm not kidding, Error 42. My friend blamed me. Listen, we have to stop the propaganda of that wild card anomaly from spreading. I did my best to shut down the signal, but it didn't work. But I will succeed, and that doctor will be in a box. I guarantee it. I feel evil today. Should I leave SCP-729-J with Dizzy? I haven't heard that name in a while. And, why would you do that to Dizzy? Don't do that. Come on. Not a blue one, though? No, not a blue one, though. Obviously, the Doctor is going in a nice, gray, non-titanium box. Sup, dude, you are my fave. Well, thank you, intern Cute Panda. We appreciate you I appreciate that you appreciate our work. We're doing our best over here. Intern Lucky Liam, do you think Donald Trump is an SCP? So, technically no, but only because Donald Trump is a containment procedure for another SCP. This is all known in the documentation for SCP-5004. Gotta wait for my terminal to come up. But in the meantime, SCP-5004-B is current President Donald J. Trump. It is because President Trump is a reality sink, which means anomalies don't work around him. And the problem there is that there is a giant demon underneath the Capitol that is growing in power, and we are using Donald Trump to sap it of energy so we can eventually get rid of it. It's taking a frustratingly long time, and an effect of the reality sink is that DJT is kind of a, what I should say, mentally incapable. And we've all seen and known that for a while, but that's because of the anomaly. But yes, I'm not kidding about any of that. That is all canon lore of SCP-5004. Go check it out later. Gamer77, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself some Girl Scout cookies on your way past the commissary. How much time did I miss? How much time is left? We are at the 2-hour mark exactly right now. You are really just on the perfect timing there. Meanwhile, that means we have 1 hour left. And in case you missed it, the Pride SCP of today is SCP-4453. wholesome family goddess, otherwise known as Hera. So you can go check that out at your leisure. SCP-729-J. Thank you for donating again. We shall see, Doctor. I hope you have plenty of coffee on standby. Perhaps we'll get another Dr. Sherman no coffee crash out today. Wouldn't that be fun? I am honestly going to have to buy some more of those hot chips because I enjoy the fact that I'm immune to at least the effect of speaking your idiotic name. And I can feel that fading out and getting a little more sick each day. I'm gonna need to find another way around that. Ugh. Doc, tell my friends next to me that Creepypasta is not an SCP. So, to be an SCP, you must be on the SCP Wiki to be official. So if it's not on the SCP Wiki, it is not an SCP. And that means all Creepypastas are not SCPs. And in fact, usually it's the other way around. It's like not all rectangles are a square, but all squares are rectangles. Creepypasta SCP does have creepypastas in it, but it's not all creepypastas. Meanwhile, creepypastas are all off the SCP Wiki, so no creepypastas are SCPs. You get it? Sheeny, thank you for donating again. Okay, never mind. After that, I'm not cuddling that thing. I told you, they're asses. Mobile Task Force. Asks, is Siren Head an SCP? Siren Head. The Trevor Henderson creation, Siren Head, is not an SCP. Although it is anomalous, it's obviously anomalous, it's just not an SCP because it's not in the SCP database. But, to be a funny troll, some SCP author wrote a story about a boat which has the figurehead that is a classical siren that sings sailors to their deaths. And they called that SCP Siren Head, as in the figurehead is a siren, Siren Head. And they did that to troll people into thinking the Siren Head's an SCP, which is hilariously funny and annoying for me who has to constantly explain it all the time. The Canadian Overlord, thank you for donating again. Perhaps seeing if the tree can scream to take your mind off of SCP-729-J. Oh, I have plans for that tree today. And if anything, that thing is giving me inspiration. Gotta get that anger in your guts to go through with the deals you gotta do. Use your anger. Let it run through you. Let the hate fuel you. That's how we get the tree to scream. SCP-729-J. Thank you for donating again. Out of character, but I do kind of feel base about the last no coffee crash out, despite me almost nearly busting a few ribs laughing when it was occurring. I have plenty of coffee on hand today, I'll have you know. I feel kind of bad for Trevor Henderson. His work is always kind of undermined. Is it? I wonder in which way you mean. I'm interested because I like keeping track of all the horror creators. I'm not sure what you mean by his works being undermined. What I will have you know, fun fact about Trevor Henderson's relationship with the SCP community, Trevor did allow for one of his anomalies, Big Charlie, to be the picture for SCP-4158. So there is a Trender Heverson. I will learn to say his name right at some point. Jiminy sakes. You think I'd be better at yapping? I do it every day. So, Trevor Henderson is the creator of the picture for 4158. So that's an official use of Trevor Henderson on the wiki. And then when SCP-173's picture was taken down due to it being stolen art, instead of making a new photo, they introduced a gallery of prospective SCP-173s. And I'm pretty sure Trevor made 2 of them for that. Also, I think Shen Comics made one, which is really cool. SCP-173 Gallery. Pardon. So, let me go through a couple of these and see if I can find the ones I'm talking about. If I Control F, can I do... Okay, not there. Let's do a quick search. Boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Do, 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 do. I wonder if this isn't gonna work. And I'm gonna have to work harder to find it. That's annoying. I guess I've gotta look with my eyeballs. So, give me 1 second, I will find these Trevors. Trevor, 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 Trevor. Oh, I didn't know Dr. Whitney made one. That's nice. Oh, Eddie Bird made one. Wonderful. Trevor, 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 where are you? Oh, Eddie Bird made 2. Very cute. Trevor, where are you at? Oh, there's the Volgans. If you haven't seen the Volgans, this is the Volgans redesign of 173. I think it's pretty spiffy. The hunt continues. Since I'm going to pick the phone up again, I'll just leave it on this off angle. I'll fix it in a minute. Where was I? Trevor, 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 you must be here somewhere. I saw you. You existed. I'm not crazy. At least I'm pretty sure I'm not crazy. You gotta be here somewhere. I'll find you. I know I will win. Because I always win, I'm unstoppable. I'm the best site director in the Foundation, and no one holds a candle to me. Because I don't like being burnt with candles, I don't know why people would try to do such a thing as that. Seriously, I started on the wrong side and I'm ending up, it's on the last page I'm gonna check. This is so annoying. Oh, Jade made one. Friend of the channel, Jade PNG, made an SCP-173 alt. And it's pretty cool. We love Jade. Jade is doing art for SCP Fragmented Minds. Once more with feeling has infected you, dear doctor. Honestly, I would quite enjoy if such a world happened. Ooh, desk. Nuke that loser and later on give me a rundown of what this loser's doing. I'm interested in the behind-the-scenes drama. Want to make fun of some nerdy loser child later. Sounds cool. Come on, Trevor. You're here somewhere. I will flip my desk. What the hell? I'm going to go to Trevor Henderson's freaking Twitter. Because I know that Trevor posted it on Twitter. I will not lose. Not here anymore. Updates. You deleted all your tweets when you left Twitter? No! Why? I'm starting to lose my patience. Finally. Someone let me out of my cage. Now time for me is nothing because I'm showing no age. Okay. We will not have a Trevor Henderson SCP-173 crash out because I found it. So, here is the one. This is Trevor Henderson, the creator, Siren Head, made us this SCP-173 iteration. And then, oh, back up. It almost got you guys. Then it made this one. No, Trevor Henderson is a he, not an it. I don't know that Trevor Henderson is anomalous. And I didn't know he made so many. I thought he only made 2. But he has made so many SCP-173s. Way to go, Trev. Hot diggity dang. Woo! Okay, we're cool. We're cool. We're cool. All right, where am I in the chat? I got to catch up now. My chat is repopulating. All right. Midnight, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a cupcake on your way past the commissary. SCP-049 is in the chat, Dr. Sherman. I am well aware that 049 is here. 729-J-SCP. Thank you for donating again. Destroyed the tree so you can't make it scream. I severely doubt that happened, and your lies are not funny. The tree is still in its containment cell. The security is top-notch. It is recorded at all times so that if it screams while I'm not there, I can bear witness. You don't mess with me at 4521. I've got it on lockdown personally. Oh, follow it up with SCP-729-J. Thank you for donating again. Feel bad. Sorry, autocorrect screwed with me. Ah, yes. Thank you for the clarification. The Canadian Overlord. Thank you for donating again. Out of character. The SCP Wiki has some very talented people on it. You're damn right it does. We are an SCP Foundation Wiki support channel. SCPs are dope, and that's what we're here from. That's what we're here for. Hi, Dr. Remington LaFollette here, another hypothetical. Hypothetically, if the guy who fell into 682 and came out unscathed is killing everyone and flying around the room, I'm locked in a room, what do I do? All right, so here's what you need to do to salvage this scenario. I need you to run to a supply closet and grab a hyper powerful magnet. Because you see, that is all symptoms of SCP-7052. That person has stuck somewhere around 12 spoons in their rectum, and it has given them reality bending abilities. So you need to use a magnet to rip those spoons out of that butt. It's the only way you're going to save the site and prevent a mass containment breach. Listen, you all are talking a lot of confusion here, but I've explained SCP-7052 to you before. Some of y'all might not have been here, I guess. So, what is SCP-7052? It is called, codename, Spoons and Butt. And 7052 is we need to essentially contain this by telling everyone in the world not to put spoons in their butt. We are running constant propaganda campaigns to convince people not to put spoons in their butt. Not even once. Because if they take the idea to do it, then they are going to get anomalous powers. They become anomalously lucky. More spoons, they become impervious to damage. More spoons, they can fly. It's crazy. So, never once. Never once. Just a bit of stream chat maintenance. The Warden's Realm repeatedly asking if we can collab in a chat is not the way to go about that kind of business transaction. There are more professional realms to do so. Keep that in mind in the future. Hypothetically, if you were to cut down the SCP tree and heal at the same time of hurting it and don't stop until it screams. Well, we've already uprooted the tree and brought it into containment and planted it that way we're able to keep the tree alive. So, what anomaly would you even use to heal a tree? I'm not sure what anomaly one would use to heal a tree. Wood glue. Don't be ridiculous. It's not going to keep the tree alive at that rate. That's not how wood glue works. It's not actually wood. Canadian Overlord, thank you for donating again. Ah, you just revealed the secrets. I need to ascend to my godhood. I just need 13 spoons. Time to expand the borders of Canada. No! No butt spoons. Not even once. Stop that. Stop that now. Otherwise, we're going to have words. And those words are going to have the word containment as one of those words. Security, I'm sending you some coordinates now. Get them. Lock them down before the spoons. Small Fan, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a pixie stick on your way past the commissary. Hello, is Does Evil Things Guy an SCP? Yep, that is an actual thing. I thought it might be. Does Evil Things Guy is a more monstrous and horror-themed version of Does Bad Things Guy. It looks to me that Does Evil Things Guy does not look anomalous. Does it have any anomalous abilities? I mean, it looks... Well, the cybernetic arm, okay. The cybernetic arm is possibly anomalous depending on the tech. So in that case, it would be anomalous even if it's not an SCP because it's not on the SCP database. Chest to Factory. Time check is, we have been here for 2 hours and 22 minutes. Convenient time to ask that. So we're about 40 minutes to the end of stream. Yeah, I didn't notice that robot arm. I think that would classify it as anomalous. Desk, you think the Lovecraftian locket would be able to heal a tree? It heals people, we know that, to a point. But, I wonder. We'll have to test it on not 4521 first, because I'm not risking killing it and therefore never getting it to scream. That is against the rules. Phantom Reactor, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a street hot dog on your way past the commissary. If Spider-Man was a part of staff, how would you utilize? Before I answer this, just for the safety disclaimer of everyone here, this is regular Sherman taking over Dr. Sherman's body for a minute. Disclaimer, don't put spoons in your ass. It's just a silly internet story. Do not do that, please. I am not taking credit if you do that. You will be disavowed. Do not. Desk wanted me to make sure I let you guys know that. Guys, I don't know if they were, but we have to warn the people because you never know with some people. Some people you never know. So we got to be cautious here. Alki, eating spoons is also off limits. Phantom Reactor, I'll get back to your question just now. We were talking about SCP-7052, which is literally the anomalous aspect of putting spoons up one's butt. It's a whole thing. You can scroll back about 10 minutes in stream to see it, or read SCP-7052 to get the gist of it. Now, where was I? Spider-Man, if Spider-Man were a staff member, then obviously the anomaly would make a very good containment mobile task force agent because the webbing can be used to grab and contain the anomalies. So that does the thing. Hey, Dr. Alpha, thank you for donating again. Hey, Dr. Sherman, I'm sorry about the anger from earlier, man. It's all fine now. And no, I totally did not get the SCP-420 JSJ back, man. You really should not have done that. I knew you were going to try and steal some of that. And so I laced it with a... Let's just say you're going to get exactly what you deserve. Guys, I didn't really do anything to it, but oh man, the paranoia is going to get them. The SCP Foundation takes no responsibility for any actions people take based on content found on the wiki. Amen, Chestafactory. Amen. Protologue, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, I think. Double check, double check. Boop, bounce. Boop. Yes, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to get yourself some Rice Krispies on your way past the commissary. We'll be back with another hypothetical thank you. Well, I'll be here. We've been streaming daily for almost 2 months, so as long as it keeps going well, we'll keep up the streak. Keep the streak alive. Math Ghost, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a cup of hot apple cider on your way past the commissary. Have you read SCP-493? Pride-related and a fun one. Also love your shirt. Where'd you get it? Well, thank you. I got this as a gift, but I assume if you look up Snorlax Aloha shirts or the common parlance Snorlax Hawaiian shirts, you may find it as well. I'm sure it's out there, pretty easy to find online. And meanwhile, if I remember correctly, we just talked about SPC-4493 on a recent stream. No, okay, SPC-4493 was not the anomaly I thought it was. I thought that was Shark Punching Center's Blahaj episode, which was pretty funny. So you were actually talking about SCP-4493. Let me pop over to that, I guess. And Pixel, welcome to internship here at Site 42. We appreciate your subscription. Oh, this is a joke. Or not a joke. This is an SCP on the subject of corporate pride celebrations. I see. So they think this is by a group of interest. Gamers Against Weed, of course it is. And, yeah, maybe I'll put that one as the Pride update one of these days. I haven't read that one in a while, so I only kind of vaguely remember the story there. Phantom Reactor, thank you for donating again. What about Spider-Man Super High IQ, 250 plus? Well, compared to the general populace, Spider-Man is pretty smart, but compared to the standard Foundation researcher, a little more average. So yes, good for agents and actually smart in the field, but, you know, we hire the best of the best of the best for a reason. So for our containment specialists, I mean, yeah, we can let them do a little mechanical engineering here and there as a treat, but it's not really a big deal to let it be a scientist when it's we have so many scientists and we have so many few web slingers. Why are we calling everyone a loop, only the fish is a loop? Well, you're close. Why are we calling everything a loop when none of it is loops? You all keep talking about loops, but the fish isn't a loop, the desk isn't a loop, I am not a loop. There's no loops. You loop-obsessed people. I'm starting to think that that the concept of loops is an anomaly that you're all infected with. What is desk made out of? I believe the correct answer to that, if I remember correctly, is it is mahogany. The Waffle House is closed where I am. Is this bad? Yeah, you in trouble. You do not want to be anywhere the Waffle Houses are closed. Those guys are crazy. The behind the scenes of Waffle House is a whole endeavor to itself when it comes to anomalies. Come on, where are we at? One, two, three. Hold on. Copy. HOUSE. WAFFLE. That's right. So SCP-1670 is an anomalous Waffle House, if that's the kind of thing you're into checking out. If that one's closed, oh my gosh, you are going to you're going to have to deal with something real serious there. Math Ghost, thank you for donating again. Can't spell. What was the Shark Punching Center one? Okay, for the Shark Punching Center, SPC Blahaj. Honestly, the epic music does sound right because that's how the Shark Punching Center feels about this anomaly. You're looking at SPC 3008 because it's a joke like SCP 3008, the Infinite IKEA. And so, yeah, if the Shark Punching Center has to roll up, they're rolling up against this. There we go. So there you go. And now we can get off the epic music because the Shark Punching Center is not in this chat. What is a Keter SCP that is friendly to the Foundation? Well, that would be, I I could say 343 is Keter and friendly to the Foundation. That's a pretty obvious one. Salsasaur, I believe, is Keter and friendly to the Foundation. No, it's actually classified as Thaumiel. Okay. I mean, it's not contained, so... Oh, of course, there is literally an SCP, SCP-4051, that is called Your Friendly Neighborhood Keter. And so we'll go with that one as our final one of the day. SCP-4051 is Your Friendly Neighborhood Keter. Sheeny, you read my mind. You were right on the wavelength there. The Scarlet King / Oswald. Good to see you in the chat. Hey, Dr. Sherman, whatever happened with 729-J's plan? I have no idea what they were up to. But apparently something went wrong and they did not deploy on Friday. So I'm still kind of keeping my eye out for whatever they're up to. Clone, good to see you in the chat. Thank you for your first donation of the day, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a roast squirrel on your way past the commissary. Howdy, Doc. Hope everything is well today. So far, so good. No visits from any anomalies, I hope. Well, we've had 2 different 729-J's present, so that's a little frustrating. But other than that, we're doing fine. For chat sensibilities, Tarleton Fox. We have at least 3 different chatters who come in with Fox usernames. It's very common. So Tarleton would be the one that makes you unique. Just a heads up of that. Not that it's a big deal if you prefer to be called Fox. I'm just, that's probably why you're being referred to by the more unique of the 2 names. Site Director Theron Sherman, on a scale of 2 to 2, what is your favorite color in the alphabet? Oh, boy. You're from Surrealistics, aren't you? My favorite color in the alphabet is pork. Junior Researcher Sally, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a smoothie on your way past the commissary. What is SCP-3199? And I gotta go, it's my time to stream. Have fun, and don't forget the fish is a loop. So delusional. So sad. Meanwhile, 3199, isn't that the chickens? Yeah, it's the chickens. Big evil chickens from Fragmented Minds. Yeah, I would have thought you knew that. Hey, Dr. Sherman, is the Jello in the mess hall supposed to laugh? Well, if you do a good enough joke, yeah. Phantom Reactor, thank you for donating again. What do you do if Spider-Man turns into Man-Spider mid-chase? I don't care what order the names are in, it's going in a box regardless. Clone, thank you for donating again. Sounds like I missed a lot during my time with the Rebel Alliance then. Though can't say I'd prefer dealing with 729-J other than Rogue Imperials. Oh no, I would take... You know, I would take a Death Star blast to the face if I never had to deal with a 729-J iteration again. Yeah, seems like a good trade. SCPs are one of my favorite fandoms. Well, Polytherian, you're at the right channel then. Congratulations. And the SCP Foundation is a fantastic fandom to be a part of. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Oh, for Jesus, not surrealistics. Last time I had to deal with them, I had to chicken salad the Azerbaijan until it graveyard. Ugh, big mood. Big mood. Oh, time check. We are at 2 hours and 40 minutes, meaning we are in the home stretch. 20 minutes of stream left. Technically 18, so keep your eyes peeled. We're reaching the end here, folks. I think you broke Polytherian, boss. Did I? Ah. Mentioned for the first time, I see. Oh, welcome to chat. We stream daily for anywhere from 45 minutes to 3 hours, depending on the day and the location. So yeah, it's all fine. Come join us more often. We always talk about the SCP Foundation anomalies, the staff members, the groups of interest, the lore and canons and all that. Hell, I know I've read about 500 SCPs as in audiobook form here on the channel. And, you know, there's at least, I mean, there's over 9,000 of them. You know the meme. And so I am always learning about the SCP Foundation on these streams because you guys tell me about new ones. And so I'm like, oh, I didn't even know we had that. Tara Gall, good to see you in the chat. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a crepe on your way past the commissary. The fish is infinite, not a loop. Either way, you'll never find the head. Yes, that is a challenge. Also, can I have squid or octopus from the commissary? Oh, yeah, go grab some squid instead. In fact, why don't you have a squid crepe? Sounds pretty good to me. Oh, man, I just went to Hot Pot the other night. They had a Hot Pot night. Ooh, they had some good octopus that night. That was a fun one. And yes, you are absolutely correct about the fish in that it is infinite and not a loop, but you are wrong that we won't find the head because we will find the head and the tail. We will persevere. We are just that good here at the Foundation. Life, finds a way. That's us. Please play SCP Containment Breach. You know, I did that once on stream. It was pretty fun, but I'm thinking of making it a video series instead because the streams are a little more fun when I actually talk to you guys the whole time rather than game. I think I've noticed that myself. I think I like the yaps for streaming and then do the games, do a series on video. I think that'll be the fun way to do that. Clone, thank you for donating again. Visited the remains of Alderaan with Rogue Squadron during a routine mission. It was quite a sobering experience, to say the least. Yes, honoring the fallen is important. And that is quite the destructive anomaly, or destructive weapon they wield. Do you watch MatPat? Well, I guess not anymore since he's retired, but I did. I mean, we're a fellow theater kid. I have to deal with that. It's just in my blood. Phantom Reactor, thank you for donating again. Is Spider-Man canon in other SCP lore or just yours? I do not believe Spider-Man is canon to the SCP Wiki, although SCP-4051, your friendly neighborhood Keter, is a very Spider-Man-like anomaly. A young guy with superpowers doing the superhero game. But let's see, does Spider-Man show up on the SCP Wiki at all? SCP-4912 is an anomalous Spider-Man costume. And it regenerates all damage done to it at a rate inversely proportional to the degree of damage. Small cuts require 3 months, while large incisions may be replaced within hours. When held or observed by a male human being, 4912 compels them to put it on. Individuals under the influence are designated -A's. The effect does not extend to pictures or video footage of the suit. It's capable of changing sizes to accommodate the size of the wearer. The instances, the -A's, are otherwise normal human beings with a desire to protect their surrounding neighborhood or city. They will try to locate crime and attempt to stop it. They will usually end up with the 4912-A instance in a state of injury or death due to the lack of protection other than 4912 itself. So it's a Spider-Man costume that makes you want to do superhero stuff, and it anomalously heals itself, but it doesn't heal you, so you end up dead. Woof. That's not great. And, what the hell? In SCP-6421, there is a D-class who believes that Spider-Man is the president? Is the president of a small country located in South America? What in tarnation? So it's an anomalous phenomenon that started in the year 2017, affecting multiple types of billboards located in Chile. The affected billboards show President Spider-Man, and it has a cognitohazard that makes you believe that Spider-Man is the current president of Chile if you look at the poster. We work at a really strange place. Does it ever just strike you that we work in a really strange place? Anomalously healing Spider-Man costume that makes you want to go fight crime. Poster that makes you think that Spider-Man is the president of Chile. I don't even know, guys. Sheeny, thank you for donating again. Once again, as we reach the end of stream, thank you for lifting my mood after a horrendous day. It means a lot. Very happy to help. That is, if what I do in my life is I contain anomalies and I make people's days a little better, I will have successfully done a good job with said life. So, happy to be of service in such a manner. Oh, and just to finish your question, Phantom Reactor, it is just my personal Site 42 canon where Spider-Man needs to go in a box. Clone, thank you for donating again. Indeed, 2 billion innocent souls lost because of one man's unquenchable want for unchallenged power and control. Yeah, I can't think of any other organizations that have an obsession with power and control that causes immense consequences every now and again. No irony whatsoever. Desk. I want those pictures of the president of Chile! Nice. Although you did typo, and you typed Chile the food instead of Chile the country, which is even funnier, because I like to imagine Spider-Man as the president of bean and meat stew. Maybe do I want some chili for dinner? Yeah, you're making me hungry too. Lockjaw, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Go grab yourself a jawbreaker from the commissary, see if you can loosen that up. SCP-105, so Iris, and SCP-978 together, what would happen? Remind me what 978 is? And also, did I say those out of number and it was 987? No, you said 978. The Desire Camera. Okay. So, have we put these together? So, apparently, it seems as if the allowance for such a test has been denied by one of the overseers. So we are not allowed to test 105 with the Desire Camera, which makes sense. Iris's abilities could lead to very unpredictable results with the Desire Camera. Amber, thank you for donating again. It's a bad anniversary day for me today. Thank you for being your wonderful self and being a great distraction. Well, I'm sorry that, wow, a lot of y'all are having a rough one out there, but at the end of the day, I am here. For whatever good that does, I'm happy it does some good. Now I want to see the world where SCP exists as just fiction in the Marvel world, and Peter Parker is just a fan of the forums, LOL. I wonder if SCP has been mentioned in the Marvel universe. Because, as I told you previously, we know that the SCP logo was spotted on Sesame Street before. And we know that DC has, Kyle Rayner is a fan of Gurren Lagann, so there's some crossover media there. Has SCP ever come up in Marvel Comics? Alright, so these are people talking about a crossover. What I should look for is Marvel SCP Easter egg. Okay. It doesn't look like there was one. Oh, that would have been a fun one if it had. Wait, the SCP logo showed up on Sesame Street? Yes, Sheeny, it in fact did. Let me go back real quick. SCP logo, Sesame Street. Images. So in this episode of Sesame Street, the Count is driving a racing vehicle, and this little logo just happens to be scanning. Oh, what's that there? Sacre bleu. That is real. It is just a matter that exists. I'm not kidding. I didn't make that up. It's not Photoshop. That happened. Now, I believe the situation is... Oh, I'm also being told that it's appeared in the Wizards of Waverly Place as well. Let me see. SCP logo, Wizards of Waverly Place. I do have to say it appeared in many more times in many other shows. Ansen, if you know any, I am always interested to know more. So, here we go. in the background of a shot in Wizards of Waverly Place. I've never seen this show, but this is a thing that exists. And checking if there's anything else here. So the situation is, this logo is, I believe, a form of clip art that is just available on some editing apps, if I remember correctly. Where is the SCP logo from? The original SCP logo was designed by FAR2 based on a free asset from Adobe Illustrator's Mad Science Asset Library, which in turn was based on the electrostatic discharge warning symbol. The first high-resolution PNG of the logo was made by Elana based on the original SCP logo. And so yes, it is a piece of clip art that we repurposed and claimed as our own, so to speak. Cool. That was a nice little end of stream excursion. Clone, thank you for donating again. Out of character, an Alderanian who witnessed his home's destruction but remained loyal to the Empire sounds like a really interesting character idea, not gonna lie. Oh, yeah, you would have some deep-seated issues, that person would. And of course, the best way to make a character interesting is deep-seated issues. Take that for your writing, for your D&D characters. Deep-seated issues always make for interesting gameplay. Oh, and a desk is letting me know that apparently another place that has the SCP logo plastered on it is just some really weird, really random high school. This is just at a high school gym, desk tells me. Just on the wall, SCP Foundation. Agent Charlotte, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself an espresso on your way past the commissary. I don't know how, but I pulled a muscle in my back. Oh, shit. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry about that. Oh, you better rest that. But anyways, Dr. Sherman, which site is the most secure site in the Foundation, and why is it so? Desk, you got any idea on what the most secure site is? A lot of people think it's Site 19 as the most secure and important site. Honestly, even more than Site 19, though, I might venture to say that the most secure site, pretty much by necessity, has to be the provisional site. The provisional site that defends SCP-3930. Because not only is it super duper top secret, and we have to make sure to maintain a very secure perimeter around it, but only 7 living individuals are permitted access to the SCP-3930 file. So all information regarding this anomaly is very locked down, and that includes the site where it is. Edward, you make a good point. The site where we house the orb with the inscription that makes the most, that kills omniscient enemies, is also a strong contender. Desk is reminding me that in the O Death article, Site 19 is the most secure by far because nothing is alive there. Therefore, it's locked down pretty tight. So yeah, among those three, those would be the ones I would list. Either Site 19, the Omniscient Ender. Which one was that again? Do you remember? And while I'm waiting here, while I'm trying to figure that number out, Ginger, welcome to Site 42 Researchership. We appreciate your membership and your service. SCP Orb Inscription. What the hell number was that? I always forget this one. I don't know why. Its name just amnestics out of my brain. Yes, 6442. That's the one. 6442 is the Omniscience Breaker. There we go. All right, so probably my answers for most secure SCP site are the Breaker. The Breaker. What the hell's the Breaker? Did you say something about a Breaker? Why did I say something about a Breaker? Anyways, Site 19, the site housing 3930's containment team, or the site containing SCP-6442, containment facility data expunged. We don't even tell people where it is because we don't want them to know. So those three sites I'm going to say are the most secure. Now, thank you for the alerts. I know we are over 3 hours. I've just got to finish up the donos before I go. And then we'll be good to go. Sheeny, thank you for donating again. Sesame Street trying to get researchers early. I mean, listen, we need to recruit as best we can, so every road to a new researcher is a road well walked. Phantom Reactor, thank you for donating again. What if Spider-Man was an SCP superfan and is isekai'd into your universe with all inside knowledge of how to avoid capture as well as exploitation? What do you do? What kind of hypothetical is this? Do you have some knowledge of something that may or may not be about to happen? What if Spider-Man was an SCP superfan in its universe and then gets isekai'd into our universe? Well, we already know we have to contain it because it's both an anomaly and it's an anomaly from another universe. That's doubly anomalous. And so obviously we still have to try and contain it, but it has inside knowledge on how to avoid capture. Well, listen, our containment specialists are top of the line. Our agents, divine. We would formulate a plan, and that plan would work. Spider-Man has been captured before. It will happen again. By me. It's going to be great. Kryptonite Gamer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some salsa on your way past the commissary. SCP-999 has escaped and it wants to cure depression. Well, that do be what it do like to do. But it shouldn't be getting out of containment when it's not supposed to. So, put it back. All right. We are past the 3-hour mark, and we have finished the donations, which means it is time to come to the end of stream. And at the end of stream, I always tell you my favorite SCPs. Of course, I'm not going to tell you the SCPs I wrote are my favorite SCPs. That would be cheating. That would be so rude. Of course I love my SCPs, but hey, if you want to read my SCPs, you can go to the Sherm's author page, and Site42 Hub, where you can go see all of the SCPs I wrote and or contributed to, on top of which you will find some support links. If you want to become a Site42 patron, you get early access to our videos for as little as $1 a month. If you want to become a Site42 YouTube channel member, you get green name, emojis, and badges for their use in this chat, the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. And at level 2 and up, you get the early access as well. I'm trying to balance out the two systems. Little benefits here, little benefits here. Afterwards, remember that even if you can't directly donate, if you are in this chat, watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing, all that YouTube business, then you are not only a member of Site42 staff, but you are a member of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codename the Signal Boosters. Our mission, to raise up the SCP Foundation and its creators so that we get bigger and better SCP works. We can rival Marvel and DC as a fandom if we can just keep building our profile, getting more artists involved, more filmmakers, more game devs. We can have some damn good work, and it's my job to be the Foundation's hype man to get the word out. So as long as you are supporting the cause, and if I tell you guys there's a project, not only do you check it out, but you share it around, then you are an honorary member of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, the Signal Boosters, and I salute you. So, without any further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and, with a big content warning, SCP-8980. That one's a rough read. All my homies hate Dr. Christopher Burns. One more time through speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031-5175-5320-8980. Big content warning on the last one. Woo, that took some breath. All right. Site42 staff, I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, oh, I didn't forget, make sure to go do your homework and read SCP-4453, known as Wholesome Family Goddess, to celebrate Pride Month for today. I'm confirming that's the right number. Yes, 4453 is the Pride article of the day. Go read it, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. Go do your gay homework, says Desk, and he's absolutely right. So with that, thank you guys. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. As always, secure, contain, protect, and I'll see you in the next video or stream. I hit the wrong button. Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while we sleep, we will find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule them. There's a room where the whites won't find you, holding hands while the walls come tumbling down. When they do, I'll be right behind you. So glad we've almost made it. So sad they had to fade it. Everybody wants to rule the world.